Your business plan must state why you want certain reliefs, and at the same time, you tell us what government, and for that matter, Ghana, can benefit in the long term. So we look at the cost-benefit analysis and how you use local contractors in the execution of this project, among others. And from all that I've said, you will agree with me that our work is quite big. We cannot do it alone, so we have strategic partnerships with some agencies, Registrar General's Department, Ghana Standards Authority, Ministry of Finance, that is where we get our money. Maslock for the small-scale businesses, you can go to Maslock for financing. GRA to make sure that you pay the proper taxes for national development. At the same time, they are prepared to engage you to explain the provisions of the tax law so that you don't run foul of the law, but at the same time, you take advantage of the provisions in the tax law to grow your business. Social security, we must secure the future of our workers, so we work closely with them. Ministry of Trade and Industry, I talked about the 1D, 1F. Minerals Commission, Petroleum Commission, FDA to make sure that the drinks you put out there on the market are certified. Immigration Service to deal with foreign nationals. Then the EPA to make sure that your activities don't harm the environment. I mean, the list is endless, but for the purposes of this event, we've just listed a few. And if you can go back, please. I nearly missed one important agency, the Ghana Enterprise Agency. And, you know, we have the business resource centers under them. And last year, the GIPC signed an MOU with the business resource centers to collaborate with them to bring our services closer to the business community. They, in terms of geographical distribution, they have 37 offices open currently, and some more will be open. GIPC at the moment, we have 3 offices in the regions. Kumasi, we have one who takes care of Ashanti, and then the Bono, Bronga, Ahafo, and Ahafo regions. The manager is, Michael, where are you? Can you wave so that, so Michael Ochiri is the regional manager. And then we have one in Tamale to take care of the 5 northern regions, and then we have one in Takrady to take care of the central and the western and western north regions. You will agree with me that this is a Herculean task. So through our collaboration with other MDAs, we are able to extend our services to businesses. So if GIPC is not in your district, go to the GEA office. We have a structured arrangement, so whatever your concerns are, this will be forwarded to us. Next slide. So we are looking at targeting investments. Since 1994, we've registered a total of 6,688 projects. And in terms of the FDI component, we are looking at 49 billion. These are conservative estimates. Companies bring in more, but unfortunately, sometimes they don't update us. But this is what we have on file, so this is what I can speak to. And then we can see the distribution on the screen in terms of the sectors by way of projects, and then the FDI in the various sectors. Next slide. If we look at the regional distribution, Greater Accra, in terms of number of projects, is number 1, followed by Ashanti region. If you look at the value, Greater Accra is still number 1, and Ashanti region is 3rd. That is after the Western region. But we believe that Ashanti region has a lot of potentials which can be harnessed to grow the economy of the region as well as Ghana. And so we encourage businesses here to register with the GIPC. We get to know you. We provide our support services so that at the end of the day, or let's say next year when we come around, the screen will tell a different story. You know, so that is something but at least by kind courtesy of the media, I'm sure people are listening. I hear it's being streamed live, so we are getting a wider coverage and audience. Next slide. So Ashanti region, this is what we have: 402 and 3 billion US dollars by way of FDI. This can grow if we look at what we do have. So we'll be working closely with the regional economic planning officer and the district planning officers, as well as the other agencies and the private sector, the AGI Chamber of Commerce, so that together we can identify opportunities, package them, and then market them to investors. That is the only way we can drive investments to Ashanti region. If you have a good story and you don't tell it, nobody knows what you are doing. So this is very, very important. Let's say GIPC, we may not be able to give you money directly. We are not a bank, but we can advise you on sources of investment capital. If it doesn't happen overnight, don't give up. Let's continue to engage, and it will pay off. I don't want to cite examples here, but companies have been persistent, patient with GIPC, and now they are smiling because through our guidance and support, they've been able to access funding for their projects or even partners. If you get a partner, then you don't have to worry about the headache of a loan. At least he is injecting his own money, so paying for principal and interest, that will be in the background. So please feel free to come to us. If we cannot address your needs immediately, please note that behind the scenes we'll be working to see how best we can support you. For some businesses, we'll talk to Maslock, Ghana Enterprise Agencies, to see how best they can support you. If you need, let's say, 50,000 US dollars, at least our own state institutions have been well resourced to provide that needed support. Next slide. Yes, once again, Agatha talked about GIPC also catering for wholly Ghanaian-owned businesses. So we decided to just take what we've done up to date in terms of wholly Ghanaian-owned projects which have registered with us and are benefiting from the exemptions and services that we offer. Greater Accra has 123 projects, and you see Ashanti is number 2. You know, let's 123 to 20. I believe we can close this gap. So next time round, we want to see the gap closing. More businesses in the Ashanti region registered. And let me also say that sometimes when the foreign businesses come, they try to find out what the locals are also doing. Sometimes they are looking for companies who can provide some support services. So if he comes in, he's setting up, let's say, an agro-processing factory. He wants to find out if there's a company, okay, let me use the poultry industry. He wants to find out if there's a company which can provide, let's say, maize, soya bean for their feed mill, you know. So if you are not able to immediately tell them, well, we have these registered companies in this field, these are their profiles, you can decide, well, then I'm not sure that my project will survive. But if you're able to tell him, in the Ashanti region, we have 10 companies who can support you, this is their profile, we can arrange meetings so that at least they'll also be confident in the fact that, well, I can get local companies to support me, and then the other way around, the local company will also be encouraged to expand his operations because he's got a major off-taker for his produce. So this is a way that we can work to collectively grow our regional economy as well as the national economy. Next slide. Now we are looking at the profiling of projects. You cannot just say, well, I want to go into farming. You need to profile it in a certain way, and this is international best practice. So our business development team is also here. During the business clinic session, they will be available to engage you and tell you what we look out for to enable us to profile the projects for purposes of promotion. Next slide. So foreign companies, when they are coming here, um, they look for a market for their products, a platform for regional sales, looking at Ghana's location. Some companies have made Ghana the hub to access the sub-region and now the entire African continent. They are looking for resources, efficiency, and what I was talking about, subcontracting. So they want companies who can provide certain services if you look at the value chain. And we should be able to tell them that, well, there are 10 companies in the Ashanti region who can provide this service. For our local companies, we are looking for export markets. Sometimes when you partner these foreign companies, you can leverage on their presence in other countries to facilitate the entry of your products into those areas. Technology transfer, technical and managerial expertise. There are some emerging areas where we don't have the expertise locally. They are Ghanaians, but as I said, they cannot pack their bags overnight and then come and then take up these positions. So some of these foreign companies provide this thing. And then efficiency, and then financing, both equity or loan. And then financiers also look for bankability of the project. They carry out their due diligence and then look at the technical and economic viability of the project. And then, of course, we look at the legal framework. How can I operate in this particular regime? So, and the GIPC, we are well structured to hold the hands of both local and foreign businesses to go through this process. So that at the end of the day, as we popularly say, is to be a win-win situation and we'll have a success story to tell. So we start with the screening of the project. And so for the local businessman, we are looking at the purpose and rationale of the project. What marketing strategies do you have? Do you have raw materials? What technology? Environmental impact before EPA jumps on you? Is it sustainable? And for the past 5 years, someone who said he had land has not been able to take me to the site. Each time I'm out of Accra because he doesn't have the land. But when he approached it, he said, oh, I have 2 acres of land here which can be used for a factory. You get someone interested, the first thing, I want to go and see where the land is. And it's been, a wild goose chase for 5 years. It's not good enough. So we make sure that whatever we put out there in terms of marketing opportunities, we have verified. So coming to GIPC, if you don't have anything, just tell us, look, I don't have anything, or maybe I'm working on this thing, so that we can say for this particular project, the land is registration in progress, as we say, work in progress, so that we know that you don't have it, but you are making efforts to obtain the documents on the land. And then in submitting your projects, you can submit it directly to GIPC. Again, you write a formal letter, say that I'm George, I have this project, I want you to help me to promote it. Maybe I'm looking for a partner. And then, or you can submit it through the regional office or Madam, the regional economic planning officer. We are going to add to your the load on your table. So if they cannot get us it's easily accessible. So when you get there, our team of officers will be very happy to work with you, because at the end of the day, if there's a success story, they can also take credit for it. That, oh, I was there in the beginning, this man came to me on this date, and 6 years down the line, there is this project which has taken off. It's a credit for us. So please take advantage of our presence and then come so that we can grow in Ghana and grow with Ghana. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ashong, indeed, great job done, great presentation. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, in this auditorium, let's show him some love. I've learned so many things. You know, at this point in time, we're going to go on a snack break. But all that you've heard so far, I saw some of you typing a few things on your phone. I saw a few of you writing things on sheets or papers. Let's go for this snack break. When we return, there will be a panel conversation or discussion, and then we'll open the floor for questions and answers as well. So if you have questions for Mr. Ashong, Latte, and co, don't forget it. Again, whilst we go for the snack break, interact among yourselves. Things that you heard, things that you didn't hear, the exciting things, the bad things. Talk amongst yourselves so when you come back, you are well equipped to ask good questions of them. Let's give them some punchy questions this afternoon, all right? So for now, we step out to the next dome to our left. We have our snack break and we'll come back for the panel discussion as well as the Q&A session. Thank you so much for your time. Bless you.